What's up, you guys? I'm Bill Mazurek, and this is BMAS Fishing. So I've got a Curado. As you guys can see, this thing looks brand new. I never used it a lot, but I am using it a lot now. So been throwing spinnerbaits on it, but it sounds like crap. When you throw it, it has a screeching noise. So I've replaced all the bearings in it. Well, 3 of the bearings. From what I'm hearing, it could be the one that's inside under this brake. So I got one of those. And this is Boca Bearings. Pretty cool, actually. I guess I got a hat, a little kit here, little bag, I guess, for bearings. Got some candy in it, a little toboggan. And then the bearing. So I pulled out my instruction. I got all the boxes. Got the original box and the instruction book, and it was BNT0031 was the bearing part. So this should be it. Found it on Amazon. I think it was $11 and something. So I'm gonna change that out, and hopefully it sounds better. It casts good. It just, when you cast it, and then when you reel it, I may have a video of where I was fishing it, and I'll put it in there. But let's go from there. I'm gonna try to take this apart. So one of the things I do, always have my little, that going on. A couple containers just for parts, cleaning them. Then I'll, Q-tips is a must. Some oil. And then I got a couple little screwdrivers. And then I got a couple of those that I use that they give you with the reels. So put those out. Just put a napkin here, or a piece of paper, so that I can put the parts out. And what makes it easy, I don't really have to do it anymore because I'll just lay them in order, but you can lay one part down. You could do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then lay your parts down, so you know which way they go back on, or which way you took them off, and then which way to put them back on. So let me get this piece. It needs just a couple small screwdrivers. So I'm gonna take this apart, and we'll go from there. And just once again, so you guys know, this is a Quantum Bantam Curado. It's the original. 200. I got this in mid to late 90s. As you guys can see, the boxes, you might see it on eBay if it just don't work. So just to show you guys again what, you can see what I ordered from Amazon. See that? And just a disclaimer, I am not a professional rod guy, reel fixer. Here's the, usually when I take them apart, it's not worth the effort. It takes me a ton of time to get them back together. Something seems to, put them back the same way, and something seems to not work right, even when you feel it. It feels like you did everything the same way. I haven't used this reel that much, so I never really liked it because the drag wasn't that strong. It seemed like, but it seems like they've got a lot of replacement parts for these, and a lot of people love them, so I'm like, all right. If you're worried about parts, you can go do a 1. It doesn't write, this pen doesn't write very well on this. So you actually have to have a different wrench for this one. And make sure when you lay them down, you also pick them up the same way because they're put on there a certain way. I took this apart a little bit, I think trying to clean, because I cleaned the brakes and there's a couple screws, so they go like that, so I'm gonna try to like lay them like that. There's one that's longer, I think it's that one. And this is not the ceramic bearing, it's the I think semi-ceramic or partially ceramic, or I'm not sure what they call it exactly. There's the longer one in the front. And sometimes I think first time I didn't even take them out, I just kind of loosened them. Let me go back and do that, put that one back there. So yeah, I cleaned this this disc right here because that's your brake disc. Take these springs off. Oh yeah, let me take this backside off. Probably would help. You get your that over there. Take this spool out. Makes it easier. I'm gonna just dab some of this excess. And I clean that. So I got a toothpick to just kind of get under this thing. This little paper towel is probably not the best situation. It slides around too much. Keep these parts the same way. So it's fairly clean to there because I know my titanium E600 drag was horrible. It's been horrible. So I took it apart, cleaned that out, but it's not grinding when you tighten it all the way down. I think it needs probably a new washer. I have an E400 I might borrow some parts from. This thing's pretty clean. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'll put some of this WD-40 on it. trying to remember what's top and bottom. Yeah, it's not like real thin or anything. It's pretty thick. I just think these didn't have a very good drag. I mean, yeah, it's dirty, but it's got a lot of wear in there. Whether you use them or not. Got them sitting in the heat, which I've kept my reels inside most of the time, unless I'm fishing a lot. All right, so I gotta get this bearing off. Or this drive, it's called a drive. Clean this up a little bit. You can see there's all kind of like Q-tip around. Dip it in a little WD-40. Probably gonna regret doing the camera angle this way, but all right, so yeah, got some grime off there. I'll probably shoot some oil in there. So that goes first, and then I think this is on the bottom, but I'm gonna refer to my little instructions here. Yeah. So this piece is on the bottom. It's pretty lubed up, so I'll probably put some grease on it. Guess that's a washer, it's kind of already. Try to keep that on there. It goes down. So this goes up. Directions are showing that piece in between that drive and that gear, that little piece there. So that's that. It's in there when you oil that. So this is going to be the worst part. So in order to get this off, the gear, the bearing that I want to replace, this one is actually under there, and in order to get it, I've got to, there's 2 screws back here, and then I've got to remove this C-clip. So they give you nice little entryways to get a screwdriver here and here, so you could go in to get those screws, but I don't have one thin enough. It's too thick to get in that hole. And I got another one, but it's not long enough. So I think I'm just gonna try to bypass that. I can tell you one thing, if this don't fix it, I'm gonna be extremely irritated. I'll be done with this reel, because I don't see why it would have been bad, because this reel is clean, you can see. So now we got that piece off right there. We need to pop this C-clip off, and then this should come out. All right, we're in business now. I got my little headlight thing. I don't know if this tool is gonna work though. Let's see. I need to make sure this thing don't shoot off. Let me get a knife. Actually, this will probably work too. So there's that, you guys can see that. C-clamp right there. I gotta pull off, pop off, and everything should. There we go. It's gonna be hard to get back on, I can tell you that. So that just came out. I don't see any bearing. Oh, there it is. C-clamp came off. This popped through. So that's the old bearing that fell off. I'm gonna change it out anyway. So there's the old one. Put that away. Alright, so I'd say everything really looks clean in there. Look at that. It's really clean. Just gonna dry up some of that grease. And then we're gonna try to put this thing back together. Wish me luck. According to these instructions, that should go underneath the bearing. This is where you start doubting yourself. Did I put the new bearing in or the old bearing? All right, so now we got this gear back in. We got to put these back, these little washers back on. I think it's this gold one. Would you love to hear that? It's a gold washer. And then the silver washer. Yeah, I need some little tongs for this little tweezers, I guess. And then we put this little clip here on, holding that rod in. Sometimes I overestimate my abilities. Bam! All right, so I got it. Right there, I got that. See that? Got that clip on it. So now this is in there secure. I'm gonna put a little bit of oil on this. this piece back on. We're gonna put this piece back over. We got those bearings, and I got all this cotton all over it. Look at that, there's a little cotton on that, probably from snagging on the unfinished end. Oh yeah, now it's gone. That's on the screws. Yeah, that's a lot of cotton. So I'm gonna go feed these in so they're already in there. So I'll be having nightmares tonight now over this deal. So I got that piece right in there. See it there now. There's the two screws. No, it's in here. And give me a little screwdriver here. Whatever I did with it. There it is. And I'm making sure I press down really hard so I don't strip these. So I'm having to go in through where the spool is. If I had a screwdriver, a thin one, I could have went right, these two drilled holes right in the frame, I could have went straight through. Now what? I'm done. Y'all want to fix this for me? No. Let's see. So now we got this doohickey back on. This is actually the drag washer. I don't think that's the drag washer, but that's what it says it is. Yeah, 2 drag washers. Put a tad bit of oil on that. And then this gear, make sure it's all ready to roll. Dip in my little WD-40 solution. And dry it up a little bit. So I'm really just using that to clean. That bad boy's shiny as a new penny. Oh yeah. I'll put a little oil on there. Slide that doohickey on there. And this washer, I'm gonna put half a drop on there. Back on there. Should go there. I mean, I did nothing but lay those on there. Now they're all tangled. I don't want a lot on, I just want a little bit of lubricant. Now this ring goes on there, and there's these little teeth, and you can see they fit right in there. So just slide that on there. They bite in there. I mean, you can't get a cleaner reel. Put these jokers back on. Make sure you don't drop them. Be careful with these, because then you got to figure out which way they go, because they actually do have a certain way that they go on. If they're on their right, they should go, the bottom one should go down and the top one should go up. They don't show it in the picture, but I've done a little bit of doohicking. All right, so we're almost there. Got my 2 drag washers. You want the bottom down and the top up, like I said, so you have that little gap if you can see it. Let me get these screws back in. So I'm just screwing these in. I'm not gonna screw them in until tight. I'll probably use a flathead to get them tight so I don't strip that little star. Come down here. All right. Put this doohickey on. Now there's a shiny side and a not shiny side. Shiny side out, I'm guessing. That's the way it was. That's where I remember taking it apart. That thing is pretty much unidirectional. It doesn't go down very smooth though. Well, it did that time. It seems like in the past when I try to get it, it just doesn't go down on there very good. Let's see, where's my little pliers? There we go. Tighten that down. Spring. It's fairly clean in there, but let me just get it a little. Little flicky flick. This goes on. Push that down. Put that on. It's kind of interesting. This is really the only reel that you have to do that. Where it has this? Oh, it's this nut that never seems to want to just feather on. And you need to make sure that drag gets down tight. See if you have more room. And I usually pop this little screw out just so you can line that hole up. Now, there we go. Put the screw back in. And then look for all the parts you missed. And there she is. So we'll put the spool back in. This is my spinnerbait reel. I don't use it a ton, never really used it a ton. Put that back on. Hopefully this is fixed. I'll be excited to see if it works. But if it doesn't, you guys now know how to change that bearing. Take that out. There we go. So we're done with the reel. Shimano Curado Bantam 200. Replace the inside drag. It's part BNT0031, and it is it just says ball bearing, but it's that inside bearing. Like I said, I already changed the other ones. I changed. There's one in here. There's one on the spool, and there's one inside this inside cover. Change those just with the cheap $13 whatever. I didn't get the ceramics. This is actually should be a better one, partial ceramic. About the same. Not even really. It's a pretty long cast. I'm not even swinging very far. From the ground that bearing, I'll touch it. BTN. But that was a lot of work, guys. For this boy right here that doesn't normally do this stuff, but I like to get into new stuff, see what I can do, save some money, make things better, make them work better, make them look better. So please like, subscribe, follow, do all that. If you want to see some big fish caught, follow my channel. Your boy's out. B Maz out.